Hey, what's up everybody? I am going to do another one of those convention hauls, but I will only be focusing on the books. So, before I jump into this video, I want to give a special thanks and shout out to my Muddy Cold patrons. Thank you so much for everything you've done for me. If you want to become a Muddy Cold patron, you can click the link in the description below. I also put the link at the end of the video as well. It's totally voluntary. You do not have to financially support me. Just interacting with me and watching my stuff here, and also reading all the things that I contribute to the Muddy Cold blog is more than enough. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much. Also, I know more than half of you are not subscribed to this channel, so please hit that red subscribe button below and you can see new content I put here and you'll know about it. And let's jump into my LA Comic Con haul video, books exclusively. So if you haven't watched it yet, I did do a vlog of my trip to Los Angeles last year. Or at least as I'm filming it, is from last year. So we'll put a card, of course, I think it's on this side of the video, or I could just go like this. It's on one of these sides. You can check that out. It's quite a lengthy video because I was there for 10 days. I did get to attend Los Angeles Comic Con, also known as, or formerly known as, Stanley's Comic Con. It's one of the top 3 biggest comic book conventions in the US. Maja and my aunt got to attend and they had a really fun time. You can see some of the stuff that we did there. Of course, it's not everything that I did at Comic-Con. So I figured I would do a book haul of stuff that I bought because, I mean, it's a comic book convention. Like, you gotta buy comic books, right? Of course, this isn't everything that I bought at Comic-Con. There are so many other things that I purchased there, but I just don't feel like digging them out and showing them because it's just kind of whatever. I guess I can quickly run down what some of the stuff was. I did buy every single Yu Yu Hakusho Funko Pop because one of the voice actors was there, and really I just wanted to buy Yusuke and Hiei because Hiei is my favorite, and the English voice actor for Yusuke was there, but I got conned into buying all of them because they had a sale. So now I have all of Yu Yu Hakusho Funko Pops. I also bought some artist prints. One was from the creator of the Oblongs and another from the creator of Bob's Burgers, which is a story all in itself for both people. I also got some prints from some other artists and lots of cosplay pictures, of course. But I think that's, for the most part, that's all of it. I think I kind of showed, I got some celebrity pictures and all that other stuff. I did a lot of stuff at Comic-Con, but it was a lot of rush, go, because I was also attending Screen Fest for 10 days. Let me jump into the goods, the stuff that I bought. I'm going to go in chronological order of how I bought them because I bought my comic books first, which was a task, just carrying them around, because I took it with me on an Uber or Lyft or whatever all the way to the film festival, and then I walked several blocks back to my hotel carrying all these comic books, so it's insane. Fortunately, I purchased some of the LA Comic Con merch, and one of them is this really cool tote bag with the octopus tentacles, and of course it says LA Comic Con. This was very handy for carrying all my comic books. It's very heavy, by the way. So what's inside this bag, you ask? So I have a lot of things. I have lots of cards. I have pamphlets. I forgot to put a button in my button box. I also bought a sticker while I was there. I pre-ordered them. Maja also has a LA Comic Con sticker. If you're curious what the Japanese characters mean, it's the year 2019. I did remember that from school. I also think I bought something else. I think I had like an LA Comic Con pen, like enamel pen. I think that was the other thing that I bought. I know I got like 3 things. Um, also have my Price is Right thing. I can't show you the other side. It's the tag, my name tag. And then I have the schedule, of course, which I didn't even get to attend any of the panels because I was scrambling way too much for photo shoots, and I was just trying to like look at the whole like vendor's room and artist alley, and it's massive if you have not seen the video. Okay, so what comic books did I buy? And I'm tempted still to like, I'm trying to find a place to put comic books into Muddy Cult. I know I put it in my monthly favorites, but I'm really slow into like doing newer series, because some of the stuff I'm just like trying to finish because my comic book reading list is becoming like my manga reading list, where I'm starting way too many series and I'm not finishing what's done. This does not help at all because a lot of this is a lot of new series, and I still have comic books here at home that I haven't read yet either, but common problem, right? First is the first volume of Sex Criminals by Matt Fraction and Chip Zdarsky. That's what it looks like. It is lovely. It's censored. This has been on my to-read list on my Goodreads, which I'll link my account below if you want to follow me on Goodreads. This was a recommendation, I think, through the site, and it sounded really interesting, so I dove in, of course, bought it, and hopefully I like it. So far, I think I've done pretty good with my comic book graphic novel purchases. There's only maybe one I wasn't, like, super into. That's okay. I don't know if I will start doing like first impressions on these like graphic novels or comic books or whatever. Just, let me know if you're interested in me reviewing comic books or stuff. I also picked up this. I think this was like recommended by one of the people that worked at the booth. It's called Plastic. It doesn't have the first names of these people, but it's Wagner, Hillard, Martin, and Dukeshire. So this is Plastic. I don't know if I should like read what like these are about. I guess I could like treat it like my manga. So the Sex Criminals says Susie has a secret for her. Sex literally makes the world come to a standstill. John has a problem. He hates his life, his job, and the special curse that makes him just like Susie. Girl meets boy, girl hooks up with boy, and for the first time in their lives they find themselves alone together. So they do what any new young couple having sex in freezing time might do. They rob banks. Sounds like a Bonnie Clyde kind of thing in a way. Sounds interesting. This other one, like, that's why I bought it. As for this one, Plastic, and I realize I have little ratings on it, so this one's mature, obviously. This one's also mature. Retired serial killer Edwin Stuff-Gruppen is in love with Virginia, a girl he met online. Her affection quiets his foul urges. Together they tour the back roads of America in their LTD, eating donuts and enjoying their healthy appetites for each other. Life is good until Louisiana billionaire kidnaps Virginia, forcing Edwin to kill again in exchange for her freedom. Oh, and did we mention that Virginia is a sex doll? Plot twist. But, I mean, it's called Plastic. What'd you expect? So, I like Robert Kirkman's, like, quote in the corner. Like, I like weird stuff, so I'm really looking forward to it. I also bought another comic book graphic novel. I don't know what to call these. I think this was also recommended to me through Goodreads. It's called Kill or Be Killed, or at least I've heard of it. It's by Ed Brubaker, Sean Phillips, and Elizabeth Brett Weiser. It doesn't really say what it's about. It just says, a new hit series from the award-winning creators of Criminal, Fatale, and The Fade Out Kill or Be Killed is a twisted look at vigilante genre that also shines a black light on the fractured and unjust world all around us. I think I read The Fade Out. I think that was the book that I bought, and then I wasn't too super crazy about it. So hopefully I get a hit with this one and not a miss, otherwise I'm going to be very sad. But I think I might like it. This is also rated mature as well, so it's crime and mystery, which I like, so hopefully this ends up being a win. I also super love Saga, thanks to Jasmine of Pretty Brown and Nerdy, who cosplayed Gwendolyn, I believe, and she was like talking about it when she was like super into it, and I was like, well, if she really likes this, I want to check it out, and I'm still like somewhat new to graphic novel world and comic books and stuff. I want to, you know, expand my horizons beyond The Walking Dead and Fables. So I read the first book of Saga from my job, and I still need to like own it just so I can have like a complete collection of them. So I bought book 2, which is a hardback compendium of a bunch of volumes. I don't remember what volume numbers they are. Maybe I'll put a little caption or something, but I bought Saga. It's an amazing science fiction fantasy series, and I guess I'm a little bit more open with the genre when it comes to comic books than I do with like movies or books, but it's by Fiona Staples and Brian K. Vaughan, so check it out if you haven't. I'm looking forward to getting a little further with this and making more progress and buying book 3, because I know book 3 is out. Another book I bought a single volume of, and I really enjoyed it, and I heard it has a TV series and I want to check it out so desperately, but I have to add that I think it's either Showtime or HBO add-on to my Hulu to watch it, because I don't think I have those channels. It is Outcast. It's of course by Robert Kirkman, and I don't know Azaceda's, or that's how you say its first name, but this is Outcast, the hardback compendium. It is book 1. I have read the first volume and I really enjoyed it, and when I saw that they had like compendiums, I decided to pick this up, and I was going to either sell or pass on the single volume 1 to someone, because reading the first volume I was hooked and I really enjoyed the concept. Let's see, I'll read what it's about. A new horror series from The Walking Dead creator Robert Kirkman. Kyle Barnes has been plagued by demonic possession all his life, and now he needs answers. Unfortunately, what he uncovers along the way could bring about the end of life on Earth as we know it. So this has volumes number 1 through 12, which is a lot, but I really enjoy these like hardback compendiums a lot, even though I own paperback compendiums for Walking Dead, but I really enjoy compendiums a lot, or the, you know, thin collection of comics and graphic novels aside, instead of, you know, the thin single issue like comics that a lot of people, like hardcore enthusiasts in comics, really like. This is also another series I started from my job, and I've only read the first volume of it, so I loved it so much that I was like, let me just buy the hardback compendium of it. It is Paper Girls Book 1. It's also by Brian K. Vaughan, Cliff Chang, Matt Wilson, and Gerard K. Fletcher. So that's Paper Girls. It's very pretty. It unfortunately does not have like any description or anything on the back. This one is actually rated Teen Plus. I think Outcast is mature too. Yeah, this one's also a mature Outcast, and Saga's probably mature as well. Yeah, all comic books are mature, but Paper Girls is older teen, so that's the only like not too gory, too sexual, too graphic, whatever comic I bought. So I'm looking forward to delving into these, and of course the comic books and graphic novels I haven't read yet that are over there in my comic book box. Of course, you can't leave out manga because Japan's killing it. And I don't know if I mentioned this in my Way of the House Husband review, first impression, but I was supposed to grab the first volume of it while I was there at LA Comic Con, but I just neglected to remember to grab it. It was like the final day and I was just like trying to do my last minute purchases and stuff, and I thought I grabbed all the manga that looked of interest in the, I think it's how do you say that? Kinokuniya bookstore booth, but oh well. It's okay, my job has it, so I've been reading it, and it saved me some money from, collecting it, and space, but, I mean, I'm filling it with other books, so. So I decided to add some more to my Junjo Ito collection by buying more of his books, and I think I'm just going to end up trying to, get all of them at this point. So I bought the infamous Tomy by Junjo Ito. It is the hardback cover of it, and I really love these. I really love them so much. Let me read what Tomy is about if you have not heard of her. Murdered again and again, one girl always comes back for more. Tomi Kawakami is a femme fatale with long black hair and a beauty mark just under her left eye. She can seduce nearly any man and drive them to murder as well, even though the victim is often Tomi herself. While one lover seeks to keep her for himself, another grows terrified of the immortal succubus. But soon they realize that no matter how many times they kill her, the world will never be free of Tomi. This is rated older teen. I'm sure you can pick this up at a Barnes & Noble or wherever, but I got it at Comic-Con, so I'm looking forward to jumping into this. I've heard many things about it from Buenaventura and stuff, and she really loves Tomi. I also bought the Dissolving Classroom, which is also from Junjo Ito, and that's that. It's just in a thin little paperback. I've kind of glanced at this, the different cons I've been to and contemplated, do I want this, should I wait, now I own it. So, a pair of twisted siblings, Yuma, a young man obsessed with the devil, and Chizumi, the worst little sister in recorded history, cause all sorts of tragic and terrifying things to happen wherever they go. These scary short stories will shock you with a literal interpretation of the ills that plague modern society. So, it looks really morbid on the front, and it's just worse on the back. It's pretty bad. Looking forward to jumping into it, because Junjo Ito is just madness. So, last Junjo Ito book that I bought was Junjo Ito's Cat Diary, Young and Mew from the creator. It's his cats. I didn't know what to think. I'm just like, why not? I'll just grab it. Master of Japanese horror manga Junji Ito presents a series of hysterical tales chronicling his real-life trials and tribulations of becoming a cat owner. Junji Ito, as J-kun, has recently built a new house and has invited his fiancée, Aiko, to live with him. Little did he know, his blushing bride-to-be has some unexpected company in tow. Jan, a ghastly-looking family cat, and Mew, an adorable Norwegian forest cat. Despite being a dog person, J-kun finds himself persuading by their odd cuteness, and thus begins his comedic struggle to gain the affection of his new feline friends. So, I'm curious how this is gonna go, because I was really skeptical on whether I wanted to buy this or not, because I just thought it was like, he's just talking about his cats, blah, 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 but it's a lot more than that. I should have read the description before I bought it. But I'm looking forward to jumping to all the Ito. And of course, with all the horror that the Miko loves, she also loves her boys with other boys. So of course I had to buy some yaoi. This one is Yuki Fumino. I Hear the Sunspot. I think there's a sequel actually to this book. So that's what this book is. Of course it's in lovely plastic, so you can't just rip it open and read it right there, but I'm looking forward to reading it. The story is about, because of a hearing disability, Kohi is often misunderstood by others and has trouble integrating into life on campus, so he learns to keep his distance. That is until he meets the outspoken and cheerful Tachi. He tells Kohi that his hearing loss is not his fault. Tachi's words cut through Kohi's usual defense mechanisms like a knife and open his heart. More than friends, less than lovers, their relationship changes Kohi forever. It sounded really sweet and cute, and I'm really enjoying what direction Yaoi has been taking in Shonen Ai, and as far as it comes to manga and stuff I've been reading recently, and I'm looking forward to making a Let's Talk video about Yaoi and BL manga, because it's just been such a journey, such a maturity and quality uptick in these types of books that I have read since high school, when I got into manga. Last but not least is one that it even has a sticker that says the ID is required, must be 18 or older. Sorry fam. It's called Massive. I guess it's a compilation of stories by Anne Ishii, Chip Kidd, and Graham Colbians. I could be saying that wrong. I'm sorry fam, but this is what it is. So that's this book. So, yeah. Big, burly, lascivious, and soft around the edges. Welcome to the hyper-masculine world of Japanese gay manga. Massive gay erotic film, and the men who make it is the first English-language anthology of its kind, an in-depth introduction to 9 of the most exciting comic artists making work for a gay male audience in Japan. And it has a bunch of who is featured in it, artwork and manga-wise. So I heard of this book before, and I think I was just very intrigued and curious, what do gay men find interesting in this genre of yaoi, because usually yaoi shonen ai is geared more towards women. And so I'm just curious what the other side thinks when it comes to this genre. And I wonder now, reading it, revisiting this book, I haven't read it yet, it's still wrapped up, but I'm kind of curious if there is something like this, but for women, as far as the Yuri genre. Not super into Yuri or Shoujo Ai, but I mean, I'm not against it. It's an okay genre. I have read some things. I did a quick little review of Citrus, and I love Revolutionary Girl Utena, which has some Shoujo Ai elements to it as well, and some other things that I can't think of off the top of my head. But it's an okay genre, but I don't know, something about them boys I like a little bit more. Anyway, if you have read any of these books that I have purchased, please let me know in the comment what you think, and if you think I will enjoy them. If you enjoyed this video of my little book haul, give it a thumbs up, and if you want to see more content that I create on this channel, hit that subscribe button, because I know you're not subscribed yet. Do it now. I'll see you guys in another video. Take care of yourself, wash your hands, drink water. Peace.